Hi there, everyone. My name is Mike, and today we're going to be doing a market recap. So for the past week, as we've seen, Bitcoin has been going down fairly drastically, and it's also brought along the entire market with it. It hasn't been for a lack of nothing, but US dollar tether has definitely been one of the reasons that has caused the downside movement. And the reason before this is that although people have already questioned tether, recently there has been a couple of news articles that are asking whether Tether is legitimate and that they've been subpoenaed. And so this is causing concerns, even though the subpoena was issued in December of last year. So because people use Tether not only on one exchange and not only to just buy Bitcoin, you can also buy other cryptocurrencies with it on certain exchanges. So this has led to a lot of people panicking, and essentially this has been driving down the price because on Binance you can use it for ETH, US dollar tethers, so that's the main exchanges that are using it and for the max volume, I guess. And you can also buy other things like Neo on Binance. You can also buy EOS. So a lot of altcoins that you can buy with Tether, and especially since it's on many platforms like you can see here, all of these platforms, if they have to remove Tether, will be impacted. And so even though Tether itself is quite small in market cap, it's only $2 billion. So you would think if Tether goes to nothing, it's only going to impact the 450 billion to maybe 448 billion. But I don't think that's how it's going to work, because people who use this altcoin on those exchanges are using it to either arbitrage or also move it between exchanges as an easier way to move US dollars. So even though there is only $2 billion of this allows for a lot of movement of other cryptocurrencies and the US dollar, right, on its own. So because of that impact, it does make life a lot easier for traders. And so if this element is removed from the market, since there's nothing else like it right now, there's also another thing called MakerCoin, and they're going to be producing DAI. However, this is not as well known, and it's not going to be implemented for a very long time. So right now, the main thing to do, unless you want to put in real dollars, you can buy Tether. So although it brings a lot of benefits, because of that, it also impacts the market drastically. So even though it's a 20-second coin, it's much better. It's much larger than the impact of Bitcoin Gold per se, because people are actually using this for transactions and trading. So it's going to impact the market a lot heavier. And if we take a look at the market cap in the past couple of days only, we're not going to look from the all-time high because it's quite drastic, but let's just say in the past week, it's just been kind of plummeting from the high of 600 billion down to a low of 435 billion. And I think what mainly is driving this is news about Tether and some regulation speculation. So they believe that like going into 2018, there's going to be more strict regulation, and I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but because we speculate, and this is the market that it is a speculative market. We don't know what each asset is worth because there's no balance sheet that you can compare and contrast what a coin is making. So most of those aren't actually companies. They are companies, but they don't have like a way to make profit, right? So the coin is essentially their product. So we can look here too as well for the dominance of Bitcoin. It's kind of been just hovering around the 34%, and nothing's been really moving in the past month. So I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think Bitcoin is holding its value really, really well in this market. So if you're looking to add anything, it really should be Bitcoin, because if you just look in the past 3 months, Bitcoin has drastically fallen in price. So if you bought back here at the highs, this was probably when it was 20K. You probably, if you bought Bitcoin back then and you did invest in any of the other altcoins, you can see these altcoins have run up. And right now, Bitcoin is at its lowest. So if you're going to add anything, obviously this isn't financial advice, but I think the best thing to add right now is Bitcoin, because we know it's a market leader, and right now it's on its knees, but once it gets up, everything else is going to fall. So and even now currently, like, a lot of altcoins are dropping. If we look at just today, for example. So Bitcoin is down 9%. And we can see that most of the coins on the top 100 are down much more than 9%, right? So most of these up till, I would say, like 4/5 of the entire list are above 9%. So if you're holding Bitcoin, technically you're doing all right. So even though you did lose 9% in one day, you're still better off than if you held something that was much smaller. For example, Smart Cash, Ardor, Icon. Icon, actually, this is a good discount. I might pick up some later today. But if we look at the retracement level for Bitcoin, we can see that it's right now testing the 0.786 levels, and this is also meeting the 200 day. So I think honestly, if you were going to purchase for the long term, this is a good point of purchase, because not only are you buying it at its lowest, you're also buying it when the RSI is low, and you're also buying it where there might be a support level, because this is the wedge that's kind of forming by connecting the two peaks and by connecting the lowest candles. It's kind of forming this wedge, and so we don't necessarily know for certain if it's going to break through or just bounce within this. But if you wanted to make a quick trade, perhaps this isn't a bad idea. As well, I wanted to mention that this goes to the 100% retracement level goes to the low of 5,690, and this was back in November. So that was after when it peaked at around 9,000. It kind of, sorry, not 9,000, 7,500-ish. It plummeted down to 5,600. So that was a really good time to purchase as well. So I'm thinking that this support level, once again, will be our support level. If anything, if we go past the 200-day, then it's going to be, I think, maybe a longer-term bear market. But I think there's still a good chance for this to help support our current price action. But like I said, this is a really speculative market, so don't assume anything is true. Do your own research, obviously. And as always, this isn't financial advice, but I just wanted to give a quick update on the market. So currently, I think the move going forward is buy into Bitcoin when it's low, like right now. And when you see opportunities to buy altcoins that you believe in, definitely take a chance and do that. So for example, some things that I like are Neo. I think Litecoin is a good hold too as well for the future. I think any platform cryptocurrency like Quantum, Ether, Icon, like any of those will be good. I also believe the exchange coins like Binance coin right now is only $9, and at one point it was 20 when it hit its all-time high. As well, I think Kucoin is doing okay, so maybe these are coins worth looking at. So additionally, I think there are a couple of decentralized exchange coins like Kyber Network and also Loopring. So Loopring, I think eventually we're going to phase out centralized exchanges, just because you don't want so much value being responsible just for one company. So if you're able to put that onto the blockchain, that could potentially be a big opportunity to make money there. So I think privacy coins right now, they're losing a bit of steam. No one really is worried about doing private transactions, and that's not the agenda that everyone's trying to push. Right now, it's more just how do we use blockchain in the most effective way. And right now, the answer is finance, which is Bitcoin, Ripple, Bitcoin Cash, and then also platforms like Cardano, Ethereum, Neo, and then as well, using it as finance, so Bitcoin, Ripple, Cardano, and Bitcoin Cash, Stellar, Litecoin, and then the platforms like EOS, like Neo, Cardano, and Ethereum. So I think those are the main two. If you're going to invest right now in the market, I believe those are the best plays, are platform cryptocurrencies and financial cryptocurrencies. So hopefully the market will do better in the next couple of days. This is a big, big red candle. If you've been around for the past few days, hasn't been a good move. Hopefully we'll see something going upwards soon. But thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned. Peace.